A Pennsylvania supermarket destroyed more than $35,000 in food after a woman coughed all over it.
Like, it's really messing up with my spring break. What is there to do here other than go to the bars or the beach, and they're closing all of it? It's really messing up. I think they're blowing it way out of proportion. I think it's doing way too much.
I'm hearing you talk and you're like, oh, you're going to kill somebody? I was fine. I made out with a bunch of people. I was not hygienic. I acted like a degenerate. My immune system was down from all the drinking and drugs. And I should have coronavirus.
What the hell? I literally don't understand certain people in this world. I know they're young kids, mostly. I can almost give them a pass, almost. But the people over 30, I don't understand you. What the frick are you doing outside? Especially huddling around other people. Now, if you got to go, drop your kids off at, separated spouse, if you got to go to work, if you're an emergency worker, I'm not talking about if you need to get groceries. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about like spring break. I'm talking about being the kind of person who doesn't think coronavirus is a big enough deal, so you're going to cough on a bunch of crap or lick things just to prove that you can't get it. Or almost worse, a pastor of a church who's supposed to be caring for and shepherding these people, holding a service multiple times despite the state's order to not do such things. And I don't really care about that. What I care about is the fact that you're endangering the lives of your congregation. Period. What are you doing? This is a video about Covidiots. So let's talk about this pastor, because this is the one that probably gets my ire up the most. He's talking about this is some kind of persecution of faith. It's not a persecution of faith, brother. It's being smart. They're not trying to hurt your church. And honestly, you care more about the money than you do and the publicity than you do about your people. And that's straight up truth. Because if you cared about your people, you would do what every other church is doing, and that's doing online services. Because people can worship from home just as well as they can in a church environment. You know what? God still hears you. I promise. And he understands. But nonetheless, doing the church thing and calling it persecution, that's ridiculous. That's salacious. That's you trying to get people to be interested in your church, interested in you, and trying to basically make your name out there. That's all it is. I don't care what you say. It's what it is. You're doing it, and you're doing it on purpose. I'll tell you one of the best things that I've sort of enjoyed about coronavirus is the fact that most of the people who say, oh, I'm not going to get it, actually get it. That's happened on a few social media people. There's that one dude that licked the toilet and, I guess he was licking ice cream in stores and all kinds of other stuff, which is just, that's disgusting, period. Outside of this coronavirus, what kind of person does that? Anyway, nonetheless, if you want to lick a toilet, you lick that toilet. You go ahead, buddy. But guess what? You got coronavirus. Good job. The lady that coughs she's in Pennsylvania. She wanted to, I don't know, prove something. So she coughs on some produce, not some produce, all the produce. And in fact, they had to throw it all away. $35,000 worth of produce gone. Guess who can't get that food now? Other people. Because you're so freaking selfish and stupid that you don't even think about the fact that there are other people that may need this food. That's the thing that bugs me the most. And I'm glad she got caught. And I think she's being sued. I hope she does. I hope she pays back every penny of that $35K, maybe with a little bit of interest on top of that. because that's ridiculous. It makes no sense. You're not thinking about other people. You're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about the fact that, oh, this is overblown. Is it overblown now? Are you looking at the numbers? Are you watching the news? Have you educated yourself? No, you haven't. Clearly you haven't, because you're over there coughing on food. You're not going to do it again, I'll tell you that much. Mainly because you got caught, but for crying out loud, what are you doing? What are you thinking? It makes no sense. That guy from Florida. Well, we could talk about Florida for a while. We'll just anyway. But this guy who tries to go to Hawaii when there's a rule saying, "Hey, you need to make sure you have a place to go," he just shows up. Good job, buddy. Good job. You're getting what you deserve. I think you got arrested or something. Anyway, no, he got sent back. That's what it was. They had to turn right back around and go back home. Good for you. Good for you. Way to go. And then, of course, there's the spring breakers. Again, they're kids. Kids are pretty much, as a guy, I don't think you really start making good decisions, like real solid decisions, till you're about 28 or 30. Women, a little earlier than that. I'd say maybe 25, 26. But, to go to spring break right now is so stupid. I'm sorry. It's just so stupid. Because, all the bars are closed, all the beaches are closed, and then you get interviewed on the news, and you're like, well, we're having as much fun as we can. We're persevering. You're persevering for what? Spring break will be there next year. Miami's not going anywhere, all right? And I know you've had it planned out and all this other stuff. Well, you know what? Tough. Life happens. Things happen to where you can't do your plans, okay? And now you're having a worse time because you couldn't wait for whatever reason. You couldn't wait. And it's infuriating, and you're infecting the entire planet while you're at it, because you're going to go home, you're going to talk to other people, you're going to have been around people who are coronavirus carriers. Just because you're not showing symptoms doesn't mean that you're not carrying the virus. You should know that by now. So then you're going to go and you're going to talk to other people where you are, because you're clearly not obeying the rules, and you're going to get somebody sick, and that person's going to get somebody sick, so on and so forth. And eventually you're going to be the cause of somebody who's dying. Hope you appreciate that. All because you couldn't stay home. That's all you have to do. It's literally all you have to do is stay home. I cannot believe it's this hard for you to stay home. There's a lot of things to do at home. You can play video games. You can watch movies. There's so many movies on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and all kinds of other places that all you have to do is sit there and watch some TV. If you miss your friends, go on FaceTime. If you want to talk to people, a big group of somebody, Discord. If you want to watch a movie with a bunch of people, Netflix party. It's really not that hard, people. It's really not that hard. We're acting like petulant children. So basically, the idea being, if you take a toy away from a child and they get mad because you've taken that toy away, they get madder. So then you extend the time that you're keeping that toy. What's 5 minutes? Now it's 20 minutes. You're going to keep being mad? Okay, now it's the rest of the day. Oh, you're going to throw that? Okay, now it's going to be the rest of the week. This is literally what we're doing. We're making it harder for ourselves because we won't stay inside and stop interacting with other people unnecessarily. It's ridiculous. So now, instead of being maybe like 3 weeks where we had to be social isolation, now we're talking 2-3 months maybe, because we can't stay at home. We literally can't sit on a couch and stop the virus from spreading. It's mind-numbing. I literally cannot believe it. And also, you know what? Think of it this way, all right? It's how you contribute. It's the best thing you can do. It's the best thing you can do for this. You want to contribute, you want to help, you want to not be selfish, you want to call yourself a non-selfish person. Literally all you have to do is stay at home. You can contribute doing that. You think about voting, you vote for a few things. You may not understand fully what you're voting for or who you're voting for, all those other things. But sometimes you may leave the voting booth and be like, well, what did I really do? Especially if the other person, gets elected, right? What did I really do? In this case, we're all working together as a team. We're all on the same side. Staying at home is actually something you can do. This is the best thing you can do if you're not, an emergency worker or someone who actually has to be at work, helping other people. Think of it that way. Maybe that'll help you. I don't know. But there's 1,000 things that you can do now at your home that you couldn't do earlier. Be glad this isn't like the 1800s or something, because that would be awful. All right, what are you supposed to do at your home, right? You have thousands of things you can do in your house right now by yourself and have a good time. And again, you don't have to be by yourself with the video technology that we have today and everything else going on. So just for the love of Pete, just stay home. Stop going outside. Stop being around people that aren't your family, people that you haven't been around this whole time. Just knock it off. Let's kick this thing in the butt. Let's flatten the line so that we can get out there and be with our friends and be with our other people. Literally, just quit it. It doesn't make any sense. You know you're being selfish. Stuff will be there tomorrow. Just freaking wait. That's all you got to do. Literally, stop it. That's all you need.